This is my last resort.
Alright,
Suffocation. No
we gotta
breathing.
start this joint, bro.
Okay, let's do it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Team Radio with the Bros. I'm Jack. That's Will. Will, how are you today? How was your week?
Dude, very good, very good. Not too much to complain about. The weather's starting to feel really good. Feeling like football outside, feeling like fall outside. For those who don't know, I love to fish, and so I haven't been fishing in a while, so I'm hoping to get out and do that. But other than that, been enjoying all these sports we've been seeing and all the events we've been able to watch. But yeah, as far as F1 goes, things have been crazy. I can definitely tell you post summer break, no one thought that this was what this was going to look like. And of course, we'll get more into that. But yeah, just personally doing great. What about you?
Dude, it was a solid week. Worked a lot, but it's okay. It's okay. Max gets a big win last week. That was phenomenal. Sorry we're getting this a
Hmm.
little late out, guys. I just had to go in on the day we were going to record, so that's on me.
No, you're good.
But all to say, we're going to be doing some Singapore predictions too. But yeah, Max gets a huge dub, another grand shalom. You know what I'm saying? That's his sixth of his career. I believe that's the second most all time in Formula One. I think he's only behind Mr. Lewis. Let me fact check. But all to say, it was a good week, brother. It was a really good week. Looking forward to Singapore. It's going to be interesting. We're going to learn a lot about the title fight this weekend. Sorry about that little cut. We had to do a little rearranging. Um, Jim Clark is actually the leader in Grand Slams, not Lewis Hamilton. So him and Lewis are tied now with six. I'll have to say Max gets another one, which was phenomenal. It was fun to watch, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
mean, in my opinion, you know what I mean.
Oh, I thought it was a blast, bro.
It's also like very exciting to see Red Bull look the way they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like we actually look like we might have found something on the car, which would be sweet, especially going into 2026. I understand there's a lot of changes, but similar. You're still gonna have a little bit of a ground effect. You know what I mean?
Hells yeah.
But
Yeah, and I think Jack and I were talking about how, if for you guys who haven't seen, you can go look at almost any Formula One Instagram page and find the change that was made on the chassis and the floor for the Red Bull.
mhm.
It's very, very small, very minimal, but again, it's F1. Big things or little things like that make
Yeah,
huge differences. And
not
so
yeah. It was
seeing,
on the floor, and then it was also on the front wing, and it's like
mhm.
little things like that that are hooking it up. But go ahead.
I mean, you could tell it's made a huge difference since then. I mean, what has it been? Two races, both the ones
Yeah.
that Max has won. And
And
so,
first one was dominant, obviously high
hmm
speed, a little
hmm
different. But Azerbaijan, a lot of low speed corners, but high speed straights, right?
Yep.
Like the longest straight ever.
Yep.
And then you go into Singapore this week, not as many long straights, a lot of slow turns, a very hot track, one of the more challenging tracks for the drivers to drive because of the temperature on the track. I think it's Qatar, or I might be talking out of my you know what where the sun doesn't shine, but uh, all to say, it's a very hot track and it's challenging. It's also really challenging on your tires. So McLaren might have a little bit of an edge here. That's why I was saying earlier, we're going to find a lot about, or we're going to find out a lot about how this season's going to go. Because if
hmm
Red Bull is, even if Red Bull doesn't win, but they're within 3 seconds, it's like, oh my gosh, we might have like a competitive finish to this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
because all it takes is McLaren to, Oscar, we've already seen once, had a mega this past weekend, facepalm. You know what I mean? Like we instantly we jump the start, causes
hmm
Alonso behind us to jump the start, or
hmm
Fernando, but also why are we focusing on Oscar? I mean, but I don't know. Lights go out, Oscar jumps to start, gets anti-stall, everyone passes him. He locks up going into like turn four. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like it's just what or turn yeah, I think it was like turn 4 or 5.
I think it
It
was five or
wasn't
six. I think
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah. It
the
was something
five and then into
it was like
six.
in that S or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
chicane. 5-6.
Oscar, as we've seen at this last race, there's obviously a chance that things can go wrong. And like, look at
hmm
my main thing, bro. And it could have just been Baku, like being a difficult track to pass, but like I don't think it is. It shouldn't have been. Like, why is
hmm
Lando not getting past Yuki?
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
Lando said, like he's like there were parts of the track like the Red Bull was unbelievably fast, and we have to find
hmm
answers at McLaren. And it's
hmm
like or like have to find answers why or something like that. I can't
Yeah.
remember the exact quote, but
Yeah.
all to say, you can see, like, sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a rant, but you can see that like McLaren isn't, you know what I mean? Like, there's a chink in the armor a little bit, and
Hmm.
they're not impenetrable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
there's a chance. Go ahead though. Sorry.
Yeah. So right before Monza is when they came out and made that post about if obviously McLaren gets the 1-2, they win the championship, right? The
Hmm.
constructors. And so it's almost like ever since they posted that, things have just kind of looked difficult for them. Jack and I also had made notes about how their pit stops with Monza when we had the pit stop thing with Piastri, and then we had the switch. And then, of course, on this one, not only did Piastri go into the wall, but also Norris on that last pit stop took 4 seconds, and it was the front right tire. And so, again,
Two in a row,
it's the
right?
little, yeah, yeah,
Two in a
and
row.
it's the little tiny things that that add up. And of course, we all know this because of um, how crucial pit stops actually are, and that's why Ferrari has had some edge this year and are historically known for that. But like Jack was saying, I mean, it's almost like there's a little curse on them right now, to be honest. And you see it as like George has been doing better, right? Almost everybody has been progressing and seeing this as an opportunity of, okay, hey, we had summer break, things were really, really kind of getting away from each team in a way, especially with McLaren being so far ahead. And then now you get to the point to where we have Lawson finishes with his best season or his best finish in
Yeah.
result, right? Yuki couldn't pass him in the Red Bull. Racing Bull is like making this stride, yet we have Max Verstappen and a Red Bull with new upgrades, and he is way far ahead of the field. He's looking like the champion that he is,
Hmm.
and that is a problem for McLaren.
Yeah.
And that is why they came out making this statement, or at least Lando saying, "Hey, we have like something is going on with Red Bull that we have to figure out."
Yeah, because it's like it's obvious. It's like you give Max a car, he's gonna always get the most out of a car. You know what I mean? Like we saw
Mm-hmm.
that in like Saudi Arabia. To be honest with you, is where I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like obviously, Suzuka was crazy, but I thought more or less the from Saudi Arabia, or I think it's Jeddah is what it's called, but like Jeddah on, it's been just amazing to watch. Even Miami, you know what I mean? Like in
Mm-hmm.
qualifying, like just getting the most out of his car, and obviously McLaren has the tire advantage going into this track. That's why I'm saying, because like if Red Bull comes out and only loses, like if they Max gets like P3 or P2 and
Yeah.
is within 2 seconds of McLaren, it's gonna be like holy shit, they found something. Because the only reason they didn't is because of the tire deg. Like it has to be like
Yep.
that's or unless something else happens, like Max gets a 5 second penalty or something. But if that's the case, if Max wins this weekend, it's on.
Yeah.
It is on.
Yep.
Like, and especially if like Lando and Oscar don't get 2-3, it's gonna be very much so on because then it's like, oh my gosh, the sprints are coming up. You know what I mean? Like he's very good at these upcoming tracks. Singapore is, I'm pretty sure, the only track on the grid he doesn't have a win on. So it's like it's one of those like if he gets his first win, going for his fifth title, in the comeback of all times, which I looked into. A lot of people are like, I want to see a Raikkonen in '07. And in '07, what happened was Alonso and rookie Lewis Hamilton were 1-2 in the World Drivers' Championships for McLaren.
Okay.
And then in the last like three races, Raikkonen made the comeback from from 3 point or from the third place because
That's
of
crazy.
Lewis like fucking it into the wall in a pit stop or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then the next race, like he tried to like protect from Alonso passing him. He was
Yeah.
more worried about Alonso, and then Raikkonen just took off. It was
Bro,
already
I'm
like
telling
P
you,
two.
If Max Verstappen wins this year, this will be the best time for me to have tuned in to see the
No, that
dominance and the craziness of all of this.
will.
Because when we started this, I was like, this is like actually, I was kind of bored. I was kind of pissed because I was like, McLaren is just dominating literally everyone, and I understand that that is how it
That
happens a lot of
happens. It
years,
happens
right?
sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, you have these finishes where Max comes in, or shit, you got a Sainz podium and you're like, what is happening there?
Yeah,
Um, and congrats to him, dude. That was huge. It's all those videos. I don't know if you saw, but there was those videos of like um some guy in
dude,
an interview
Carlos is a
earlier this
dog,
year.
bro.
Well, it was this
That's
guy who
the
said
unicorn.
the unit he
Go ahead, go
he
ahead, go ahead.
no, but he was interviewing Carlos, and he's like, will Ferrari have regretted this decision? And then he like didn't say anything. And then the commentator goes, yeah, they will, won't they? And he started laughing and chuckling. And then you hear him, he goes, what does he say when he wins? This is the first smooth operation
Yeah,
of the
Williams
year.
or whatever. Yeah.
And
Dude, I freaking love. I did after the race they land, and then him and Charles take a freaking like what is it, a little van to
what is
Monaco. They
this? I don't think
drove.
I didn't see
You
this.
didn't see this?
No.
After the race, they drove to Monaco instead of flying just
No
directly.
shit.
Yeah, and so
That's
Carlos like
amazing.
took a wrong turn at one point, and they were just like it was the dead of night, just him and
That's
Leclerc,
amazing.
and they were just like on their phones, like recording each other. Like
Gosh,
it's
dude,
freaking hilarious.
I see. That's the thing, is I wish I would have been a fan at the time that those two were on a team together,
Oh, I know,
right?
bro.
Or I mean, even when he was at McLaren, right? So it's like,
Hey, he might have a resurgence at Williams, bro. Him and Albon are kind of cool. They're kind of a
yeah,
fun pair. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because they're
And
similar
dude, I would love
age.
nothing more than to see Williams make a big surprise and a big
Oh,
jump
dude,
over
it
this
would be
next
so cool
constructions, or this
next year.
yeah, there's these regs.
Yeah,
So,
the regulations.
but yeah,
Um,
there are a few things Jack and I had kind of written down, but we had the Nico and the Ocon collision at the beginning. Uh,
yep,
which ended up Nico, or not Nico, Ocon ended up going into the pits. And so that
mhm,
kind of set him far back. We had Antonelli looked sharp, right? The Mercedes. We had Russell
dude.
P2.
Yes,
Like they looked dominant, really
and at
did.
moments he was like not letting Russell get by. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was actually kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to be honest with you, bro, like Lawson looked very well. Like I was very impressed
Yeah.
with Yuki defending Lando at
Mm-hmm.
times. Like there was moments like, I mean, like obviously like Yuki wasn't doing anything crazy, but he was doing the smart play a lot of the times, like taking the inside. You know what I mean? Like not allowing him to get like push him out or like set the turn. One of those things like maybe Yuki's I mean I'm a newer fan as well, so maybe that's Yuki's driving style, but like this season we haven't seen that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like and it's been really fun to watch. It's been like
Mm-hmm.
it was fun to see that at least because my thoughts are if Yuki is in like that anywhere from P8 to P4, and one of the McLarens pits behind him, and then like he's able to hold him off so Max can pit in front of him or something. That's gonna be the moment that like the championship is for real on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you have a driver that's also backing Max and helping him get to this place, because like that's one moment we might look back on. Like if Oscar f's it into the wall and Lando somehow wins next week and Max gets P2. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then it's a Lando Max looking like they're taking momentum in this. Like that might be a moment we look on and be like, dude, he took points away from Lando that race that he had an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity. So if he loses this shit by 2 points, we might be back here looking like, bro, like you could have done something in Azerbaijan, but you didn't, and
Yeah,
that's the problem.
and I think also like you have to factor in the fact that they have a sister team. They have the Racing Bull, and you see Liam. He is defending Yuki, and Yuki's defending Norris. And I was telling Jack like before this, like that little battle with Norris, Leclerc, Yuki, and Liam, like those are
That
all
little DRS train they had going for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like was
exactly, and
amazing.
they made it look like whatever car they had didn't matter.
And that could have been the track at the time, like with the tires and stuff. Like again, we're newer fans, so we're learning as we go. But I think that was more or less like just a DRS train. You know what I mean? And it's
Hmm.
also like you really only have that opportunity of passing on that main straight unless you're making an insane move. And you got to be very, very clever with the way you're making a move if you're not going to be doing it there. But all to say, as long as Liam gets a good exit going into that, you know what I mean, those little turns, uh, obviously he's going to have a good jump on him. Like if he's 8 tenths ahead or 9 tenths ahead going into that, he's going to be fine. And
Yep.
Yuki still has DRS.
Yep.
He's going to be able to fend off Norris, and that's just what happens. But all to say, a lot of good things for on my side that I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
precisely like I said before, I'm gonna keep touching on this, but it's so impressive to see Max just not only like maximize the car throughout the season, like for sure in Suzuka it was cool because the McLarens were like, 2 to 3 seconds behind the entire race. Didn't phase them at all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and that was beautiful to see because obviously they had a better car. You go to Monza where he's gapping them by 20 seconds, and then to this race where they're not even in his freaking side blinders.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm being dead at no, I'm
He pulled
joking,
an
obviously,
early
but
Oscar where, they just they throw a little they give him just a little frame at the top right that you could watch him win while you're watching
oh
everybody else battle.
yeah, 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 yeah. But all to say, I'm just excited. I'm excited to see how this goes because if Red Bull comes out and wins in Singapore, whoo, it's
Yep.
gonna be fun. Like we're gonna
Yep.
have a good time. But I'm gonna ride with my boy Max. Obviously, times it was looking a little grim. Hopefully, we don't look back and be like, damn, if Antonelli didn't take him out, it would have
Mm,
been. That's some points he lost, and then you also have the moment with George, and then you
yeah.
have like I look even back at Jeddah where he starts P1 and Oscar just has a better jump off the line, pushes
Mm,
Max off. Max takes the lead off track, has to give the 5 second penalty he serves in the pits. Like that's a moment like I don't want to look back on. So like if he
mm.
wins this race, we're gonna be so excited because what I was gonna tell you earlier about Raikkonen '07, that's the only time I'm pretty sure in F1 history, at least to that point it was the first time in F1 history going into the final race, three drivers were within contention of winning. And so that's why everyone's like, bro, imagine if Abu Dhabi's the same shit this year.
That would be elite. I do want to hit on my poor Ferraris. Not a great finish. Did good
God
points,
bless
but
him.
we are now following the George podium twice. Actually, we are now behind in the constructors.
Oh
But
no.
I want to talk about so you had that little Norris Leclerc battle, right?
Hmm.
That mostly came after the fact that Norris had that late jump when Max restarted after the safety car at the
Yeah,
beginning.
he was hella slow.
And that everybody would say like that's a rookie move. Like he wasn't paying attention. He wasn't being on high alert, knowing that once the cars go, they all go and they start racing again.
Well, I mean, he knows that, but it's like it's one of those things like you got to be ready. Like, bro, the thing is like we're new fans and we understand that Max does these like very unorthodox like restarts off the safety
Hmm.
car. It's one of those things like why are you not ready?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Will? Like,
Hmm.
why on earth are you not ready? You've been behind him last year at multiple times during that. You've been throughout your career. You have to have known this, like at least in the past 4 years, because obviously he's been in the lead a lot. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like,
Hmm.
it's one of those things. Like, I
Well, it's
don't
like,
understand why we're sleeping at the wheel.
well, it's also like
Honestly,
you literally just got word that you're the world leading champion right now, crashed, and he's your teammate, and you're like, okay, I'm also in second place for the drivers' champion.
yes.
Like, and I have a car that's been dominating all year, and I think it's just maybe some like naivete or whatever you want to call it, like just him. He just has to have that killer instinct.
I'll say this. Also, there's no proof that weaving does anything extra for your tires.
Yeah.
There's no proof that it does anything. That's why you see like that famous clip of Raikkonen just being like, "Y'all are idiots," and
Yeah.
everyone around him's, you know what I mean? He's the
Yeah.
only car in the straight line. Like he's ready for the restart. You got to prioritize getting points there, especially when all the cars are bunched up like that. Because Max, is definitely going to go try to make that from P7 to P5 in one turn.
You have to. That's what I'm saying. Like you had to have that killer mindset. Like Orlando should be at a place where he's saying, or at least he's seeing, okay, I have X amount of cars in front of me. I have an opportunity to make a good jump because we have a restart, right? You see
Yeah.
those restarts and you get excited and you're happy. Okay, things are going to get a little bit closer. And I don't know if he's having people being, or if his team's telling him, hey, this person's pitting ahead or behind or whatever it looks like. But all that being said, you have to see that as an opportunity of, hey, within the next lap, I need to at least take over one person, at least.
Come on, bro. Like you got to maximize points. And I hated his way, what he said after about
I didn't
like,
see that
no, he said it was like how they do like all the
interview.
drivers do a little quick press, yeah, with
Yeah.
all the like the people asking questions. It's usually
Yep.
only like 2 minutes or 1 minute per driver. But like Lando said something like he maximized everything you get out of the car this weekend. I was like, my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Max is in that car, he's getting more
Hmm.
points. If
Yep.
Leclerc's in that car, he's getting more points. If Lewis
Hmm.
is in that car, he's getting more signs. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I understand there's a little bit of a difficulty to drive. It's an F1 car. Every car is a little difficult to drive. You know what I mean? That's why you see people
Hmm.
fuck it into the wall constantly. Like, it happens. Like, you see rookies. What happened on the formation lap in Australia this year? It's raining and it's a
Yep.
big learning moment for Mr. Isaac Hadger. He's not even getting an opportunity to race. Like
Yep.
it happens, bro. But
Hmm.
like, what are we talking about? You maximized everything out of the car. That's bullshit. Like
Yeah.
you should be way higher of a standard for yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I agree.
and I
100%.
don't want to hear some excuse like, that
Yep.
makes me upset.
Yep.
That
Yep.
it's like to say sit here and act like your car was the seventh best overall car up there. Because how many people were ahead of him? Mercedes, not
Hmm.
Ferrari.
Hmm.
Mercedes, Red Bull, both Red Bulls, by the way.
At the time,
Racing
yeah, yeah, you're
Bulls,
right. Actually, you're right.
Racing
Ferrari wasn't
Bulls,
ahead.
Racing Bulls, and a Williams. That's four cars. You're telling me you're the fifth fastest car? Get out of here, bro. Like I'm sorry, but like you had a bad lap. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And you're qualifying. Like, and I don't want to hear this. Oh, I had to start early. Get the hell out of here. Like that's not. Like I understand. Like you don't. I don't know everything, but I promise you, you could have got better out of your first lap and
Yes.
your
Yeah.
second. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
That was just a loser mentality right there. I mean,
yes,
he basically just said, "I gave up." Like the fact that you're
in a
having to
sense,
just the fact that you're even having to justify if you gave it your all, that shows you right there that you didn't, right? It
yes,
should be on full
it's
display.
bro, and that's what pisses me off about Lando. Like, he's so cool so many times, but it's like, where is this like I want to win mentality?
Hmm.
Because
Instead of
it really
play.
feels like you just want to drive. It doesn't feel like
Hmm.
you're there to get you know what I mean, to hold a trophy. And I know that's bullshit of me to say because obviously he's a competitor. He's worked his whole life for this. He's gonna want to hold the trophy more than us. But he needs to like understand he has one of the greatest drivers in F1 history in his prime right now, and he has another one potentially in Oscar coming up behind
Hmm.
him. Like, and I'm not saying Oscar. We don't know if he's that yet. Obviously, like he's early. It's his third year at F1, but like he's going for it. He's gonna be somebody like if he wins a couple, we'll be marking him down as you know what I mean, a Fernando Alonso if he races for long enough. Like,
Hmm.
who knows? Like, I mean, Fernando has two, and he has multiple wins over his 20 years of racing. Legend,
Yep.
absolute legend.
Yep.
Also crazy that Lewis was leading the World Drivers' Championship his first year going into the last race. Uh,
Yeah, dude.
insane. That's
Yep.
that's crazy to think about. Didn't even
Yep.
need like a rookie year. Just went for it. All to say, it's kind of disappointing to see Lando like this because I do like him as a person and I like his personality that he has on like interviews and things. But it's just where is this? You're not holding yourself accountable when you have these horrible performances,
Hmm.
and you should have been better. Like I feel like Oscar, if he was in your shoes, would have got by Yuki.
Yep.
He
Yep.
would have made it happen.
No, but I also think what's up. I don't know what's going on with Leclerc right now. Ever since his crash, yeah. So like in Netherlands, when he is sitting up on the hill thinking about his career, um,
Hmm. Oh
like
yeah, he's just pondering.
and I think I even remember mentioning to you is like okay, he really doesn't need this summer break, but it's kind of worrisome as far as his mentality right now. I haven't really heard much about him in the media. But what is that? I can't see that. What is that? Yeah, yeah. And then, but that
Okay.
I feel like that's how he is right now. He's kind of in this like sad boy hour, and I'm like, I understand
Where's his
the
mojo
strive
at,
for great. Yes, exactly. And I'm like, I don't know. There's something. Yeah. See, I mean,
Lando?
it's just I don't know. It's something that has kind of been on my mind, like watching him qualify and watching him race. And
Hmm.
now, Jack and I don't have the F1 TV stuff where we could hear all of the different channels and radios,
We will eventually.
but at the same time, I haven't heard much about him besides just the fact that it's really hard and He's not liking where he's at. He's not liking where he's at in his career or with his team. And then on top of that, you have he's in seventh place and then ends up P9 behind Lando and Lewis. So,
He's got to lock in, Will. He's got to lock in
mhm.
because it's pissing me off watching him struggle.
Well, especially him being such a great driver and having so much potential. It's like, bro,
Yes.
believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And I think granted, he has believed in himself and his team might not have. And there's been things where you could see him excel and excel and excel. And then he just hits a wall because of,
Hmm.
maybe he does a bad race or bad qualifying, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just the approach that he's kind of giving off right now, especially even like shit, even like during the races, like and those long radio messages and everything. It's just like he is so in his head, and I think Lewis is
Bro,
starting to come out of it a little bit, but man, like it's just it's breaking my heart.
yeah,
So,
it sucks for Ferrari because it's like they're having problems with their ride height, obviously, and the suspension thing didn't do
hmm
anything for it. And it's like
hmm
it's one of those things where like Leclerc's won races the past few years, going into round 18 without a race win, and honestly with very few podiums, right? So you feel for the guy, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he obviously wants to win, and he knows he's in the prime of his career, and I think he realizes he's getting a. It sucks because he's racing for the most popular team. However, the
hmm
time he's on the most popular team, they're not delivering him with the best car they could be. You know what
correct.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they would have just taken the SF24 or whatever it was last year and brought it to this year, just upgraded it a little bit, they didn't need to rework it completely. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I don't understand why that was done, especially because it's like it's the last year of the regs. Like
hmm
why did you go for some big project? Uh,
Yeah. Uh, yeah. It's just something where it's kind of I'm excited for the new regs. I'm excited for Lewis Hamilton to have been with the team for at least a year and built those relationships and understood kind of
his
everyone's part in
his
it.
engineers and such.
And so, dude, we're at the end of this season, and I'm just tired of seeing this sad boy energy. I'm just tired of it. So I'll leave it that there.
No, I
But,
mean it's valid though because it's not fair to you. You know what I'm saying?
mm-mm,
Like it's not fair to the fans either. Like you
no,
guys, okay, that's bullshit. It's not fair to the drivers, to be honest
yeah,
with you. Like they deserve better. Like the
mm-hmm,
fans do as well, but the fans will be there regardless. It's Ferrari, bro. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? They got the clean car. They
mm-hmm.
refuse to change it from red. Like they can't. They just can't do it. Love it to death. But Ferrari, come on,
Yeah,
give us a cool livery. You know what I mean? Like do something one year.
yeah.
Uh, all to
I
say,
would like a podium first.
not one year. One. Like I just want a couple Grand Prix, some cool like liveries. You know what I mean?
Yep. But yeah, I mean, big dub for Max. And anything else you want to hit on?
I mean, obviously we touched on Antonelli. You know, 8-9 from Ferrari. Hadger gets 1 point. Bortoletto ends his little point streak he was doing. I think it was a fun race to watch. Being a Red Bull Max stan, it was fun for me to see the little
hmm
times I saw him, but just keep seeing that gap there or increase or stay the same. It was fun. All to say, guys, Azerbaijan, fun race, but we got predictions to break down from last week. Will is making some gains. We'll break that down real quick, and then we're going to get you into the Singapore, and we'll talk about those predictions after. But Will, let's go ahead and can you read off what we had?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So going into it, it was 6-4, and following Monza, we had the curse wheel hit us with the Nico, the Hulkenberg,
Hulkenberg.
and so going into it, it was 6-4 with the curse wheel at 10. And for Baku, I had gone first, and I had Colapinto, Sainz, Leclerc, and I had Max as our winner. So for Colapinto, I had him P19. You can go back and watch that clip. I said I think one car will DNF and he will get P19, aka dead
You
last.
did.
And
You did. You called that
that's
shit.
exactly what happened.
Called it.
And then Leclerc, I had him at P3, and Sainz, I had him at 9. Those men actually flopped or switched, excuse me.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, you
so
just swapped them.
yeah, and so
You were getting the right energy.
I had the right numbers. I had the right numbers, right? But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I had Max as my winner. So having Colapinto and Max as the correct answers, that gives me 4 points, giving me 8 points currently. And so
There we go.
Jack, he had Ollie Behrman, Yuki Tsunoda, George Russell, and Lando Norris for the winner. Ollie Behrman, he had him at P11. Behrman finished P12.
He was very close.
Yuki,
Yeah,
yep, Yuki at P9. I think
he finished
him
P6.
P6. That's great. Those are good. That's good news for you at least.
But here's my thought. I had the number flipped upside down.
There you go.
You know
There
what
you
I mean?
go, Jack.
If I would have just flipped it one side up, it
There you
would have been
go.
right. But go ahead, go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, you had the idea. It was there. And
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
you had George Russell at P4, and he ended up getting P2 at that second place. And then he had Lando Norris as the winner.
And he
So
did not.
that yeah, and then at our curse wheel, it had chosen Bortoletto, and
And he didn't have anything wrong. He did good. He
nothing.
was fine.
Nope, nope.
He'll be all
So
right.
other than that, yeah, right now we're standing at currently Will 8 points, Jack 6 points, and the curse wheel is still beating us with the 10 points.
Okay, and again, if the curse wheel beats us by the end of the season, we will throw some tattoo ideas on the curse wheel, or maybe something else, or maybe some content. We will be maybe having to get a tattoo decided by the
Yep.
curse wheel. You know what I mean? Which,
Yep.
so who cares? That'd be fun. But Will, you have anything else to say about Azerbaijan? I mean, you had a good prediction with Max, and you got obviously the Colapinto
Hmm.
predictions. Spot on. Spot on. Fire, bro. But I'm ready to get into Singapore. I'm so excited for this next weekend.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Yeah.
oh, I'm hyped. I want to
Yep.
see what time the race is. But like we were saying before, guys, Singapore is a very different track to the past two. You do have a small straight, I believe, but it's not the same effect of a Baku or a Monza. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But honestly, I actually enjoy doing this track on F125 just because of the vibes. It's usually a night race. Will, do you have anything you'd like to say about Azerbaijan?
I do not. I mean, dude, it was fun to watch. Like Jack and I have been talking about, these races post summer break have been electric, and that's why I think until we find a race that doesn't meet our expectations, as of right now, our hopes are
Mm-hmm.
still pretty high. But also, congrats
Hey,
to Max Verstappen, and also Liam
factual.
Lawson and Carlos Sainz. Those are big points for sure.
Oh, for sure. And all to say, I'm looking at the track right now. There are three DRS zones, but like technically four, because you have one that goes into turn 13 to 14, right? Or from
Hmm.
turn 13 to 14. And then you have another that's from turn 15 right before it to turn 16, because turn 15 is a little small one. So that's like one complete DRS detection zone. And then you have another DRS. The first DRS detection zone is right after turn four. And then you have, of course, the one on the start finish line. Very excited. Very, very excited for Singapore. Tire degen is usually a problem here. We're kind of, or degradation. I'm a little concerned with how Red Bull's going to fare in that compared to McLaren, but we're excited. We're nonetheless. Do you have anything you'd like to say about Singapore, Will?
I
Looking
haven't
for
really looked into it to be
Ferrari.
honest. Just hoping that I can see. I think it's more so I'm just ready for just one podium, one Ferrari podium for the rest of the year would be nice.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
I'm cheering on them to do good, and the goal is to finish in that second place. So I think staying in contention there. But until I can see Leclerc and Hamilton walk away feeling confident, like even just the way they stand, if I can see that, that'll give me some hope.
Well, what I would love nothing more is Max to win this race and Ferrari to get a 2-3.
Dude, that'd be
You know how
yeah,
crazy that would be? Like the
yeah.
McLarens, either something happens in qualifying and they finish or they start really far back, or
Hmm.
there's something happens with their pit stops, and
Yep.
out of nowhere it's like holy shit! Like not only did Max win, Will's team's looking solid, or like
Yeah.
Yuki's up there. Like that's all I just want to see is like I want to see a little difference. And then check off all the boxes. Like I have a perfect life. Never happens. Probably going to be a 1-2 from McLaren, and Max is going to DNF. But you want to get into these predictions for Singapore?
Yes, sir.
I'll get the wheel ready. I'll get the wheel ready. So I have to tell you something.
What's up?
So I took a little look at Singapore
Hmm.
weather. Right
Okay.
now, Friday, 50% chance of rain. Saturday, 50% chance of thunderstorms. Sunday, 35% chance of thunderstorms.
Holy
Are
shit.
you telling me that this track could have rain involved? Da da da! No, I don't know. We'll see. If it does, that'd be lit.
Yeah,
I
every
love
time I see
rain.
that and the Chris wheel starts spinning, I get scared.
I don't mind. I'll get a tattoo with you if I have to.
I don't mind either. I just like I think it's the more the pride in me being like we lost to a robot.
Down to it immediately. All right,
Yeah.
are you ready for this?
And they have one
All right, did
prediction a
I
year.
did I go first last week or did
All
you?
right, a race. I went first, so you're up.
I'm up. Okay. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, first spin. Oscar Piastri.
Is that the
Oh my
first
gosh,
one?
okay.
I think that's the
That
first
was
time
my
we've
first
gotten
one.
him.
That's the first time we've had a McLaren, I'm pretty sure. You got Lando one time, didn't you, or
I
did
think I
I?
got Lando once, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Holy shit, okay. You ready?
Hmm.
Second spin. Alex Albon.
Oh.
Alex Album. All right, you ready?
Hmm.
Charles Leclerc! Let's go! What a
Whoa.
fun!
What a
What a
lineup.
fun! What a fun! Like actual like three.
Lineup?
Like hold up, yeah, dude. Like I usually get the shitters. No offense to Colapinto and fucking
Yuki.
Pierre Gasly. Yeah. Okay, let me write mine down real quick. Oscar, Album, and Leclerc.
I need to go back and see that video of the AI of the album video. I need to
Oh,
archive
it's
it.
amazing. It's like the video we're referencing is like AI, all the F1 drivers with like just absolute
Caked up.
BBLs. Yeah, just just ready. Are you ready for your first spin?
Yes, sir, I am. I missed that out. Old sound.
I did too. George Russell
Let's go.
for your first one. Okay. Second spin. Carlos Sainz.
Two
And Carlos
podiums right
Sainz.
there.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Third spin. Final spin. Kimi Antonelli. You got Mercedes
Okay.
drivers, and
These are
you
great
got
pulls.
we got some really good. We got some good predictions. Okay, that's really fun.
Okay.
That's really fun.
We're gonna take a second and we're gonna place these drivers and we'll be right back, guys.
All right, guys, we got our predictions. Again, I got Oscar, Album, and Charles Leclerc. Will got George Russell, Sainz, Kimi Antonelli. So we got a lot of very competitive drivers here, which is very
Hmm.
fun, to say the least. We don't have to, predict who, where, I guess, Lance Stroll and Franco Colapinto is going to finish for once. Thank God. Uh, all to say, I started first, so I'm going to go ahead and go with my predictions. For Oscar Piastri, I have him in P6.
P6.
P6. You're going to
Oh
find a little
shit.
narrative. You're going to find a narrative with mine. Alex Albon, P7.
And points.
P7. I think, Sainz had a good weekend last week. I think Albon gets some more points here. I don't know where Carlos finishes, but I know he's going to do well. All right,
Hmm.
Charles Leclerc. I said it earlier. I don't know why, but I just caught an energy and a vibe. P2.
Yes, sir.
P2.
Yes, sir.
P2.
Okay. I like that.
Will, let me hear
All
it.
right. I had George Russell, Carlos Sainz, and Antonelli for Mr. George Russell. I have him at P3.
P3 podium.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think a part of me has like him and Hamilton kind of going at it, and
Mm-hmm.
then he ends up pulling away. For Carlos Sainz, I have him at P13. Unfortunately,
13.
I think he's
Okay,
gonna. I
okay.
think he's gonna drop back. especially
That's
with
sad. It's okay.
these temperatures. For Kimi Antonelli, I have him at P8.
P8. Okay.
Okay. All
Will,
right, Jackson,
are
give me your
are you
winner
ready
of
for
the
my race winner?
Singaporean Grand Prix.
You guys know him. You guys love him. Some of you hate him.
Daddy, father.
Da 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 da. We're going with Max Verstappen to
Yes, you
win the
are.
Singapore Grand Prix and rightfully take
Mm-hmm.
back some points on the McLaren boys and get this absolute championship battle underway. Because if it happens, God bless this program. We are going to be firing. And honestly, we love getting these out for y'all. But you
Yeah.
have to understand, we talk about F1 all the time. So that's
Yep.
why we started this. Because
Yep.
why not record an hour when we already talk about it for an hour a day? You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Hell
one of
yeah.
those things, guys. We're going to be having the time of our lives. And I think it would be great for the sport. You know what I mean? Like to have
Mm-hmm.
Max come back, compete for a fifth. It'd be really fun to see because each race win, McLaren's pressure just goes up. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
up and up. And it's just like, at what point are you going to crack? Because you already did a little bit, and that wasn't much pressure on you. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so what's going to happen if it starts boiling in there? You know. But
Yes, sir.
Will, let's hear your race winner.
Jack, I'm about to crush your spirits, and I'm so sorry.
I want to hear it.
Oscar Piastri.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I think just knowing his silence since the crash, I think it has really just put in him like, okay, I'm done with this bullshit. Like, let's finish this out.
Mhm.
Let's capitalize on what we've already done this year and this season. And I think he's gonna pull through, especially with those cooling systems, and also, I mean, it's been a while. It has been a while since we've
No,
seen
I hear you.
seen him there. So
I
I
hear
think
you.
he's
I
due.
understand why you would go with it. Mine was more on strictly vibes, not much thought on
Hmm.
tire degradation.
Yeah.
But you want
But
to
it's
go
Max
ahead and spin this
Verstappen.
curse wheel,
Yes, sir.
dude? Yeah, because it's like I would always put my money on Max if I had to. If like my
Yep.
life was on it. It's like, is Max gonna win this next race? I don't know,
I
but
don't
it's
know, but
better than putting it on George Russell. You know what I'm
hell yeah.
saying? Like, all right, let's get this curse wheel again, guys. Curse wheel gets to pick. We're really looking at, does it affect their race? If it's
Hmm.
something in practice, we're not really looking at it too much. But if it affects their race, we will definitely be taking note. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, for instance, a couple weeks ago, it predicted correctly Nico Hulkenberg, we mentioned earlier.
Hmm.
Me and Will are currently still trying to come back from that. Kurzweil gets 10 points if it knocks somebody out. But you know, the week it predicted Nico, Nico didn't even get to start the race. He had to, you know, go to the pits from the formation. So
Yeah.
it's one of those like we're just kind of looking at it, seeing who it thinks, and you know, getting a vibe. But all to say, let's spin this thing. Let me stop talking. Let's get a fat spin going. Max Verstappen.
Dude, I was literally thinking. Okay, so, oh my God, Jack, you have to. Okay, hold on,
Oh my
hold on. You
god.
have to listen to my thought process within the past like 30 seconds. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
I literally
Yeah.
go in my head. I say, okay, when it comes to the curse wheel, we've never had somebody who is like a top tier driver. We've never had somebody who is in contention of honestly, legitimately getting a podium besides the Nico Hulkenberg,
We had
right?
George Russell too. We had George Russell one
Okay,
week, but
we
it
had
didn't.
George Russell. Yes, okay.
But it did
But
not
when
hit.
I
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but I'm talking about somebody who has won, right?
Multiple races.
Jack. I literally thought I was like, I bet it's Max Verstappen. It has not predicted Max Verstappen. And lo and behold, you
It's
guys
not
saw
gonna
it
happen,
live.
Will.
You saw it live. You
It's
saw
not
my
gonna happen.
reaction. I pray to God it
It's
doesn't,
not gonna
because I
happen.
really want him to make this interesting for sure. Oh
Dude,
God, no.
what?
Just like what happened? What if it's something that's like personal? You know what I mean?
No, Will, don't say that.
I know, but I'm just
It's
saying.
okay. Guys, we are so excited to get back to F1. Like, don't get me
Hmm.
wrong. Can I take a week off from F1? Yeah, but I hate doing it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. Thank God the
Yeah.
off season's only like 3 months. Like, I'd cry. But I'm really excited for this next coming race. Obviously, I'm going to see the time real quick before we break off here. So you guys know, race practice time is at 3:30 a.m. Oh, ooh, that's my time. So for you, it's 4:30 a.m. FP1, FP2, 7 a.m. on Friday, and then you have practice twos at 3:30 a.m. on the 4th, which is Saturday, and then you have qualifying at 7 a.m. Or actually, for you, it's 8 a.m. William, and then the race will be at 7 a.m. your time on Sunday. It'll be at 6 a.m. my time, which isn't like too bad,
Yeah.
but like it kind of sucks if you get off late on a Saturday night and then you know what I mean. But
You
all to
basically
say,
don't sleep.
guys, we really do appreciate y'all tuning in. Will, do you have anything else you'd like to touch on before we get out of here? Oh, one more thing. Rumors: Christian Horner to Haas. What do we
Mm,
think? I'm not really.
mm,
I don't really care. I don't
I
really
don't
care.
either. I honestly,
It,
literally,
he'll be.
I'm like, it's
He'll,
one of those like somebody retires and like, I don't know, he pulls a Brett Favre is kind of how I see it. Like he's great,
yeah.
he's a legend. Something happens, he leaves, and now he's like coming back into the picture. So I don't know, but like, then again, after watching him for several years, right? Like he eats, sleeps, and breathes F1,
Oh, like
and
watching all the content from the past years and such.
yeah. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so, and he's I mean, and like the reason people hate him is because he is if not the number one competitor when it comes to CEOs and principals besides like Toto. That is like his name is out there, not just because of his wins, but his reputation of the way that he presents himself, the way that he approaches races, the way he
Mm.
just coaches in general. So I think that's why I think it's just another move of him kind of wanting to get his name out there in a way. So
Uh, I'm gonna be so honest, bro. I don't think it changes a damn thing. Maybe Haas gets a podium or two, but like he'll
yeah,
be out of there in 4 years. I'm calling it.
yeah.
Maybe longer. Maybe
I mean,
longer
just
if he
fun
like
like
does it.
funding, money.
Yeah,
That's
like
just
maybe he brings in a little, but it's not like it'd be different if it's Toto Wolff in my opinion. Like
hmm
a little bit of Christian Horner's energy in my opinion was Red Bull, like
hmm
having the fun team on his side.
yeah,
So seeing him without it's going to be a little different.
yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, a lot of changes happened, and I just hope Laurent Mecki stays the team principal of Red Bull so far because I like what I'm hearing. He's
hmm
taking a lot of driver feedback rather than simulations, and then they're kind of tuning it up a little bit. But we might be discovering something here. So all to say,
Yeah,
guys, we really do appreciate y'all tuning in. Wait, what were we gonna say?
I was just gonna say
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think Gunter's gonna be like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Uh, you're hilarious. But all to say, guys, we do appreciate y'all tuning in. A little longer of
hmm
an episode, but we haven't talked to y'all in a little bit. We had a lot to touch on. A lot happened in Azerbaijan, especially given the fact, you have the Oscar DNF, you have the Lando can't do anything because he has a
hmm
poor mentality. You have Max winning. You got,
Ferrari going to
Ferrari having a bad
P3.
weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, but all to say, guys, much love to y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, give this a 5 stars. Much appreciated. Again, we're really just enjoying getting to talk a little F1 and getting it out for
hmm
you guys. So thanks again. We'll see y'all next week. And hopefully the curse wheel is incorrect. But much
That's the
love to y'all.
goal. See you
We'll
guys.
talk to y'all soon.
Peace.
Peace.